This is Tom Fuentes from Smoking Onions, and you are watching the So Smoking Gooder Show. Stupid beer, damn!
Stupid beer, Tom Fuentes from the Smoking Onion. He has the best hat in the barbecue game, I believe. All it says is hashtag stupid beer. Thank you, Tom Fuentes, for doing that little intro for us. We do appreciate it. Well, welcome, guys. We may have some new guests to our new viewers to the showcase, as we have a pretty well-known guest for a lot of people in a certain market. But welcome, guys. Welcome to the So Smoking Gooder Show. My name is Rob Arocha, and I'm coming to you from the Bullhorn headquarters in Cypress, Texas. We're going to have a great show for you tonight. We're going to have Chef Greg Mueller from recteq. He is the director of culinary innovation for recteq. Very excited to have him on the show tonight.
That is an absolutely amazing name.
Not
so much the Greg. What was that title again?
Director of Culinary Innovation.
Damn
it. What are you saying?
I'm going to sit down. I just think I'm going to. I'm going to rehash my job title, because my job title just sounds way more impressive. I'm going to have to iron something new out.
What's up, Julie Stout? She's in the comments. Good to see you down there. But yeah, we're going to have Greg is continuing our 2021 Summer Super Slam. We've been doing it. We did it last year. We had actually Jody was on last year during our 2020 Summer Super Slam. So I had to get Greg on this year for 2021. So he's continuing that. We've had some great people on this summer, and Greg is just going to add right to it. Well, guys, as you can see, I am not Han Solo tonight. Case Han is back with us from his bowling night. How'd that go, Case? How are you, first off? How you been? Where you been? How'd bowling go last week, brother?
It went really good. We are a really bad bowling team. We have there's no doubt that our bowling team has the highest bar tab at the end of the night. But I want to say out of 26 teams, I think we're currently 24th. So there's some room for improvement.
That's terrible.
But it's I had a good night of bowling, but as a team, it's a team sport. And so, yeah, we did win one game last week, so we'll take that.
So last week I threw down the gauntlet. I said, Case, if you're going to miss the show, because you said, be damned, So Smoking Gooder Show, I'm going bowling. Screw Thursday nights. Screw all y'all out there.
That's exactly what I said.
Our show. I'm going bowling, regardless. No, but I said, you better come back with at least 150 game and a 450 series. So how'd you do?
Yeah, well past that. So I'm built for bowling. Yeah, I have the athletic shape and body of a bowler. When I go to the bowling alley and look around, there's a lot of people that look just like me. And so there's, when you walk in the room. So I will tell you though, the last shot of my last game, I haven't bowled in a long time, and I needed a strike to score 200 on the money. And I threw a 9, and I threw a 199, and everyone's like, "Man, that's so great! You threw a 199," and I was just so pissed for a good 30 minutes because
that'll tick you off. Have you ever bowled? How are you a good bowler there? Have you ever bowled a 300? Is that on?
No. I will tell you. So when I did a charity tournament in college. And there's a setup. A lot of times you do just charity tournaments for fun. They do what's called no cap, and if you throw a 9, the system counts it as a strike, and it's just for fun, right? And so I was in the last game, and I was going into technically a 300 game. Obviously, I didn't throw I threw a bunch of 9s in there, but it counted. And I got to the last shot, and there was a girl about 6 lanes down that had the same thing going, and she throws a 300 game, and everybody starts clapping and cheering, and everybody just kind of looked down the lane and realized that I needed like one more shot. And so all of a sudden, all the eyes just were on me, and I threw the shittiest ball of the night. And so, yeah, I mean, it was awful. We still won the tournament. But yeah, all of a sudden I went from no one watching to everybody watching, and I choked.
Well, before we bore everybody with bowling talk, I do have to add, I have been close to a 300. I've bowled 10 in a row, so I was going for my 11th and 12th, and I hit the pocket and left the I guess it's the 9 pin in the corner. That sucks. And so I don't even remember if I hit it because I was so mad. But anyway, welcome.
I love the new bowling segment of the So Smoking Gooder show. I can tell you that.
This will not be a weekly segment. Trust me. Trust me. It'll be a disc golf segment. You ever heard of disc? Have you heard
That's another sport that I completely suck. So I think I was in junior college, and
you have experience. All right, we're gonna table that because I have a question for our guests later about this.
I went to Academy, bought all these expensive frisbees, and I threw the first one. I mean, smack dab into the water, and I was like, "This is stupid. This is the dumbest." Yeah.
Bill Purvis, no, this is not a bowling show, Bill Purvis. But Bill's built for bowling too. I'm just saying.
I think Bill would embrace bowling. We have the athletic physique of a bowler.
Yeah, well, you missed our 4-year anniversary. 7/7/17 was the very first show at the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics studio. We call that a studio. I said it last week because there's a monkey in the damn studio.
There's a monkey.
There was monkey. You missed that, and you also missed the Jaybird sighting. You missed
my wife updated me on the Jaybird sighting, so I don't think that I actually missed that one.
Bill likes to be fingertipped all the way. That's what he says. Just reading the comments, Bill. Sorry. Yes. So Jaybird was in the house. But it's good to have you back. It's not the So Smoking Gooder show without Kay. So we did put a big announcement out there, and it's already gaining a lot of traction. The 2021 Texas, we may have to alter that, but the Pitmasters virtual showdown is back. I posted that everything that associated with that is coming back. All the nail biting, all the anxiety, all the down to the wire deal, and all the butt hurt. It's back, Case. Check that out. Look at that. I act like I know what I'm doing here with these banners now. That's nice.
How much free time did you have on your hand? I mean, between the photoshopping, I've been quite impressed because these were not your normal skill sets when we became friends years ago. This was not up your alley. This was more my style.
Well, when I became the director of media for the CBA, I had to up my game there, and so that, as a little sidebar, that this show becomes better because of it. But yes, the 2021 Pitmasters Virtual Showdown. It begins in 2 weeks. If you want to be nominated, or if you want to nominate somebody, go ahead and put them in. I posted this same. What's a poster? The same poster on our Facebook page. Go there, find it, and then nominate who you think deserves to be in the field of 64. We will also have some play.
I think the nominations can go in the comments tonight. So start tagging the hell out of people.
Yes, start putting it in there. It was yes.
Do not tag me, Tony Tanachi. I don't need to be ousted in the preliminary rounds by Fong again. But yeah, start tagging. Tag away. So I want to see the nominations in here. And so.
Yes.
Let that fly tonight in the comments. Speaking of the comments, we are live on Facebook. Before we promised Greg we'd only talk for a couple of minutes. Here we go.
Where'd Case go? Let me figure out how to take this away. Me. There we go. Are you there?
Yeah, I don't think I ever left.
I'm gonna have to kick my kid off of his gaming system is what I got to do. That might have been me. Anyway, what were you saying? Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
So again,
we got new viewers, Kate.
New viewers, if you enjoy just two random chubby guys talking about barbecue and anything else that comes up in the world, obviously wherever if you're watching live tonight, congratulations, welcome in. Comment away, we do read them. I've got some. We try to keep up with the comments. Rob does a better job than I do. But yeah, tag your friends if you want them in the virtual Pitmaster Showdown. So start tagging them, tell them wherever we're talking about them. And if you're not listening to us live on Facebook, obviously you can catch all the shows wherever you get your podcast. So that's whether it's iTunes. I listen to us on Spotify. Yes, I do listen to ourselves. I didn't catch last week's show. Sorry, I was busy. But Rob managed to drag me in with the one topic that I absolutely love, dear in my heart, and that's pellet smoking. The only manly way to go about barbecuing. So tune in, all you offset people and you ugly drum people. This is not your show tonight, baby. It is all about pellets, and that's what we're here to talk about, the best way to go about barbecuing. So, yeah, Rob dragged me in with the greatest topic in all barbecue, and that is pellet smokers.
All right. Since we do have some new viewers, go ahead and like Justin did. He's from Jefferson, Georgia. I got Blairsville. Tim Crawford's in the house from Blairsville. I'd like to know where you guys from. Andre's in NOLA. Uh-oh. Just make sure you get back to your hotel. I went to NOLA recently. It's a scary place, brother. But yeah, drop your comments where you're at, where you're from. We'd love to hear that. But before we get to our guest tonight to continue the summer super slam, of course, we got to get a shout out to who, Case?
The people that make it happen. Our sponsors. We love them all.
There we go.
Shout out to our great sponsors, recteq Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing, Wraps, and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
All right, we got people, Sid yes, Rick Norris. We'll get to recteq Academy. Rick is one of our students from recteq. We got Augusta, Georgia. Louis Boudreaux, Austin, Texas. I don't even know how to say that, but we'll get Greg to help me with that. So let's do that. You ready to bring on Chef Greg, Case?
Let's do this. It's time to talk pellets, baby.
It's time to talk pellets. Chef Greg, how are you, Bubba?
Cheers,
what
boys. I'm fantastic. Just enjoying a nice ice cold libation here in beautiful Aiken, South Carolina, about 45 minutes away from the worldwide headquarters of recteq.
You know, I didn't realize how close I was to South Carolina after traveling through Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. I should have drove the other 10 minutes and went into that sixth state to make my
also known as NASCAR country.
Yes, it is.
Go fast, turn left.
Yes,
go fast.
Damn right.
Are you a NASCAR fan, Greg? You don't strike me as one.
I'll get around with some automotive motorsports.
There you go. It's like a law. If you live in the Southeast, there's just, you got to be a NASCAR fan. So
for sure. Yeah, but like old school NASCAR, like 20 years ago, fantastic.
He's probably cultured. He's got that long job title. He may be a Formula One guy. He's probably more. He's not. He wasn't here for the bowling talk. I can tell you that much.
F1 is a little bougie. You got to go a little more rustic. The open wheel dirt tracks. That's where it's at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he is a redneck at heart.
Absolutely. So, Case, you paused at his title. What's up with his? You weren't sure about that, or what?
I just thought it was amazing. And the fact that did you even spell it correct? That's the my biggest. It was a long title, and we're not sure if Rob spelled it correctly.
I did spell it correctly. In fact, thank you for reminding me. I got to put the banner down there, Chef.
There you go.
recteq.
The good thing is all of this can be edited in post. So we screw it up live, we just fix it on the back end. It's all right.
No,
I don't know if you know our friends.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. All right, Greg. So give us your background. How did you get hooked up with recteq? When did that happen? But start with your background. I know, obviously you're a chef. It's in the banner right there. We can type that in and out. So tell us a little bit about yourself for sure.
So yeah, my background is really, rooted in food. I was a, chef by trade and went to culinary school and worked my way up through country clubs and got into corporate food service and was traveling the country for a good while. And I settled in with recteq about 4.5 years ago and kind of started with them consulting. It was more so helping them do some edited videos, just being like a culinary hired gun if they had events and stuff like that, and joined them for the 2018 Academy that we had at recteq Park, and had a great time, and just sat down with Ray Carnes, one of the co-founders, and we basically just kind of looked at each other and shook hands and said, hey, let's do this. And it's been about 4.5 years, and it's been a glorious ride. I mean, we've moved into a state-of-the-art facility. The building we're in is on 81 acres and over 686,000 square foot under roof, and truly humbling to drive up there every day for work and do what we do. And that's preach the good love of barbecue, and that's showing love to all those people, those cooking on ugly drums. I love ugly drums. I love people that cook on offset cookers. I love guys that cook on gas. I love first grill owners. A lot of it's just us showing how the recteq can make you a better cook, make you a better pit master, and give you more time back in the day. And that's what we're all looking for. So it's been a fun ride for the last 4.5 years, that's for sure.
Man, that's great. If you guys, real quick, if you have any questions for Chef Greg, please drop them in the comments. Case will be reading. I'll try and catch them as well, and we'll definitely try and answer those. But hey, as a chef, I've seen. I was at recteq recently, and you showed me a video of some competitions that you've done, in your chef life, and those things were pretty intense, man. Watching all y'all went through, and you describing, everything you had to do. For those that have never seen something like that, kind of give a rundown on what that one contest, or maybe others that you've been a part of, kind of give us a background of kind of what a chef contest is, because we all know barbecue contests, but
for sure. So completely different animal. I wouldn't say one is any harder than the other, just a completely different beast. So I'm a member of the American Culinary Federation. It's basically the sanctioning body of chefs. I'm also part of the World Association of Cook Societies. I'm a world certified master chef, and I've had that title for a little over 5 or 6 years now. I think I was like the 13th in the world or so to get that title. And it comes down to knowing how to cook ethnic food, but as if you were in that country. So if you were in Morocco and you're eating paella, and be able to replicate that to have that experience firsthand. But I started competing early on. I was probably in my 20s. The exec chef I was working for at the time, really passionate culinarian, and we were looking for ways to improve ourselves and get better. And there are professional chef events, kind of like CBA type events or any other professional barbecue type event, but on a whole different level. So you're not just judged on your food; you're judged on your demeanor in the kitchen, how clean you are, how organized, the process from beginning to end, how wasteful you are, utilization of all the products. And then obviously you're judged on your core competencies of cooking. Are you doing it, with traditional methods? Your plating, is it clean? And obviously it comes down to flavor as well. So you've got judges in the kitchen kind of watching that whole process, and, judges that are for tasting. And it was probably about 6 years ago. I was a part of the International Catering Cup team to represent the United States, and we went over to Lyon, France, and did really well. Came in second place. It was the first time the United States had been a part of that event. Happens every other year. And the very interesting thing about, I'll say, the food scene in the United States is I don't think we take it seriously. There are a lot of other countries that have professional culinarians represent their countries. They're on payroll, if you will. They work for the government. Kind of just like those in the military, but they would compete regularly representing their country, and that's something we don't take seriously here in the United States. And I think it's kind of a shame, because we've got great cooks, all over the country that would do a good job out there. So, and that kind of morphed into barbecue. I kind of, told my wife I was done competing professionally in the kitchen. It takes a lot of hours and a lot of time, and I started doing the whole barbecue thing, and then come to find out there's the whole competition side of stuff. And one of the local guys in the area, Jim and Jan Berg with Killer Bees Barbecue, kind of took me under his wing and showed me a lot of fun stuff. And I remember trimming chicken and pork butts in his little barbecue shack outside their house one afternoon, and that kind of just scratched my itch there, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully we can continue to do more events and get recteq out there more in the community of barbecue, and maybe work our way to Texas and do some CBA events. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
That'd be fun. Case, you got anything you want to talk?
Yeah. So so first off, I'll let learning new stuff tonight, just kind of and all. So but Greg, one thing about the recteq grills, recteq lifestyle, we talk about how easy it is. Knowing the amount of accomplishments that you have. Are you bored with the barbecuing and the grilling yet, or is it still every day just as exciting as it was 4.5 years ago? Because part of owning the recteq grill, in my opinion, is just how easy it is to cook on. But coming from your space and your space now, is it just something that much new? Do you still enjoy it as much as you did 4 years ago?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a fantastic question. I think the beauty of what brought me to recteq was really the technology that was integrated into the product. So again, being a chef, we used immersion circulators for sous vide cooking. We use CVAP ovens, and basically these are just really fancy, expensive devices that hold temp with precision. They're all PID controlled, and when I was looking for a new grill about 5 years ago, come across recteq in my backyard. They're all PID controlled. I thought it was super cool. I mean, you get all of the flavor of the wood, but you don't have to have the hassle of maintaining the fire. That PID controller in that recteq is going to maintain that temp, whether you're cooking hot and fast or low and slow or anything in between. And then for me, it's all about consistency, right? So if I can replicate a cook, I can fine tune my process. I can fine tune my flavor. I can fine tune my color. I can really hone in on what I'm looking to achieve as an end product. And, I think the recteq just kind of takes a lot of variables off the table and just really hammers home that consistency that you can do this. And we're more in the retail market. I mean, there are a lot of professional barbecue teams that utilize our products as a part of their program. But, the backyard guys, I mean, imagine the first time you cooked a brisket. I mean, you buy this 20-pound intimidating, just, expensive piece of meat. You don't want to screw it up. And, the recteq, it's going to give you that home run cook each and every time. And that's the cool part is you talk to our customers, all across the country. And that's the one thing that, they have such anxiety until they start to cook. And after that, they realize how easy it is and how good it is. And then they do it all the time. And it's probably the single most rewarding part of my job is getting those messages back from customers about how they watched a live show or a edited YouTube video or just emailed or called us. And their cook surpassed their expectations.
So I got a question for you. Coming from that kind of competition world that you described, where they judge you on everything, right? Your cook space, your cleanliness, your food preparation, all of that. Going to when your first comp, what were you expecting, and what kind of give your reaction, your first kind of reaction after doing it. Mm-hmm. Was it what you were expected or not? Because
no, not at all.
It's a different world.
Oh, I had talk about anxiety. Like, I am a planner. I'm an organizer. I mean, we have a term in the kitchen called mise en place. It's a French term for really getting everything in its place, and that's from your utensils and your plates and your kitchen, getting it set up. I had more trepidation over putting kale in the box.
Me or
because there was no rules around that, right? Like, you need to get the kale flat. There's got to be the garnish, and I was completely overthinking it. But yeah, I was kind of shocked that the judges come by and they, do meat inspection. They might or might not open the fridge. They might or might open the cooler. Like, the meat could be rotted. They don't know. The guy could be a complete, just dirt bag. The cooker could be disgusting. Like, I mean, I've seen some stuff in the 4 years, and it's like, oh man, like, it hurts. But I mean, it is what it is.
So you think the background, obviously it has to help you, but a lot of us are just kind of backyard cooks that kind of went like Case kind of helped me at a few competitions, and then I
provided a place to sleep and alcohol.
Yes, that was it. And he's like, I want no part of this. I just want to come
and hang out,
drink, watch, have fun, turn in boxes and whatnot. And then of course he got the bug and he started cooking a couple of competitions. And so that's how most of the guys in the barbecue world started. There's a few of them like you that had some chef training. Ernest Cervantes is one who's done very well here in Texas. Another one I can think of is Tubby Stone. He says he was a trained chef. but it obviously has to help. But did you have to kind of retrain your thinking as far as doing that, or are you trying to apply some of the stuff you've learned and kind of go over the top in the barbecue?
Yeah, no, I think definitely applying, each and every cook you learn something, right? Maybe it's a piece of meat that's a little stubborn, or a flavor profile, a color, a technique. For me, I think I'm really efficient with my knife skills. So, trimming meats, I think I can be very precise. Slicing meats, when I was competing with Team USA, one of my roles was slicing a lot of our terrines and patés. And if there's a little wrinkle in the meat, the judges will dock you points for it. So for me, when it comes down to slicing meats, I think that's where I'm really, really proficient. But it's also understanding how to develop flavor to the food, and how to layer flavor, how to build flavor. And we've all tasted really good barbecue, and we've all tasted really bad barbecue. How do you, continue to build those levels of flavor that you can have the best barbecue each and every time? And I think that's something that, applying those traditional cooking methods, having a really, I'll say, well-defined palate, so you just understand how to taste food. Because some folks, this is crazy, some chefs don't taste their food. And I'm like, how do you not taste your food? Like, and I'm just talking like salt and pepper, but if you're making a composed dish, everything kind of goes together, and really understanding how those things play together, whether it's maybe something a little bit more acidic, maybe some saltiness or umami flavors and elements. It really makes a difference. And Ernest and I used to work for the same company. He worked on the campus side with Sodexo. I worked in the healthcare market, and I think especially for me, I can say the standardization of process really comes from the kitchen, right? So when we talk about, again, that mise en place, that organizational tool, making sure your timetables are right, making sure your trailer is set up, you've got everything you need, and nothing you don't, right? Because you don't want to be overly cluttered in there, and second guess yourself, is really something you really don't want to do when you're competing. And I think the more you can practice and the more you can cook and apply those things, I think you're going to be a better cook for it. And I mean, look at the things that Ernest is doing now, between the shows and the events he's done on TV to his restaurant now. I mean, he's truly living, I would say he's living a dream right there, just a good dude, cooking some good barbecue, really enjoying and embracing, the whole lifestyle with the family there. I mean, I couldn't be happier, couldn't come to a better person.
From the brand standpoint, and in full transparency, when my wife actually bought me back then it was the Mini, the 340 it is now. And we call it the OG because it won't die. It's been around, I think it's 5+ years old. It's been to Kansas City, I don't know how many times, and many tailgates. But
4.
She did the research, and ultimately landed on recteq. When Rob and I, when recteq came aboard and helped us support, obviously, our cooking and tailgating, the brand wasn't new because I had this guy at my house, and it was research my wife had done. But back then, when you started, there was still a level of, I have to explain who this brand is. Now I run into people all the time, and it's becoming more and more of a household recognized brand. When you look from the complex that you're in now, from really the metal building that you were 4 years ago when you started, did you see that in the brand when you first got started, or has it been a surprise to you? I mean, is it something that you always felt this was the vision of the brand?
So when I first walked through the doors of recteq, before I was working with them, and sat down with Ray and got to talk to some of the key players, Ben LeShaft, our GM, and some of the sales staff, there was such an energy around just what recteq was. And it was interesting because it was a bunch of guys that genuinely just loved to cook. They love food. They really believed in the product. And it made it easy to do because the product stood behind, what it was designed to do. I mean, it can literally cook anything and get you real consistent results. So the beauty of what it was for me was you walked in and you just felt like, okay, like this is going to be the thing. Did I think we would be where we're at today in the facility we're at with the reach and the numbers? No. I mean, it's a dream. And it just goes to the hard work that those Ray and Ron put in early on. And like I said, it's truly a humbling experience to go to work every day. And Rob's been on property a couple times and has kind of seen it, and it's continuing to evolve and grow. And like I said, you can get emails and phone calls from customers across the country about, how that they were cooking for, an event or a graduation or a loved one or just by the pool, and how good their brisket, ribs, pork, chicken, pizza, cookies, cakes, pies, whatever you name it was. Like, that's awesome. And it's so cool that, we can get out there and do these shows and really engage with our customer base. And I hate to call them customers because they're not customers. They're friends, they're family. And, I might not get to meet them face to face, but you better believe we can, cook together and have a beer virtually and have some fun. And hopefully one day I get to meet all of them and cook with them at some point. So, like I said, did I think we'd be here in 4 years? No, but I'm so excited for the next 4 years, next 8 years, 12 years. I mean, sky's the limit for us. I think we've got a good thing going, and we're going to continue to fine tune it. And, it's one of those things I just can't wait for the future.
Yeah. So it kind of ties into my next question real quick. Your buddy Andrew chimed in for you, Case, but we were just there. Like you mentioned, I've been on campus a couple times, but y'all just recently had recteq Fest 2021. Roddy and Carlo and I were there for recteq Fest 2020. We weren't able to go 2021, but I know y'all had 8,000 people out there or whatnot.
We had 8,500 people on site. It was amazing. I mean, we cooked, it was 463 racks of ribs, 120 something pork butts, 200-pound whole hogs. I mean, we had hamburgers with meat districts. We had hot dogs. We had I mean, it was so much fun. There was 8 bands playing, and it's a lot of work, but that is probably the most fun 24 hours you're going to have any day of the week, because everybody that's
go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, so everybody that wants to be there, they love the barbecue and they travel. I mean, 12, 15 hours they'll drive in. It's a free event and they just want to come hang out with us. And I think that's so cool. I mean, people drive in all around the country just on the day. And Rick Norris was there for Academy with us. He's just chiming in there. And we stayed up to about 2:00 in the morning drinking bourbon, and we were just BSing talking, because I'm on property for the entire Academy, so I can't leave until they leave, and it was a good time. So, but it's recteq Fest was a blast, and next year there's no way we don't get over 10,000 people. I mean, insane.
On the Academy, Rob hasn't mentioned it, but I do. Team Roddy did win, so I want to personally congratulate Roddy on kicking Rob's team's ass.
There's an asterisk to that, because Roddy didn't win the grand championship. He did, rightfully so. I think he had 420 points overall. I nipped on his heels. I was at 418, but now you might not know this and they're not going to tell the truth, but I did win brisket. So Roddy and Rob both owe me $20. Because that was the bet in brisket. So I didn't collect in the bet. But I said you just have to come back and do another Academy with us, and they both obliged.
So now I have 2 massive questions, because there was one key takeaway that I had, and when Rob called, he said, "Hey, did you see anything?" And I said, and the first question I had is, who the hell let you near a whole hog? And was anybody actually watching you or taking notes from what you were doing in the whole hog? Secondly, come on, Rob and Roddy, how'd you lose a brisket to Georgia or South Carolina? Good Lord, come on.
You know what? So funny story about brisket. So I've only done, realistically, I think maybe 5 KCBS events in my entire time, right? I've gone to cook with some folks and hang out with Carrie Chastain with Hold Your Horses Barbecue. I've kind of popped in, popped out, but I think I've cooked 5 events myself, right? So brisket is that one meat that we just have a relationship that I got brisket down. And funny story, we were doing an event in Lake Lanier in Georgia, and the promoter asked if I would help lead a brisket class to the backyard cookers on Friday night. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So myself and Brian Jarvis with Atlanta Barbecue Store and Lee and Lonnie Smith with Bubba Grills taught this class. There was like 6 people out there, but we went through everything. And that event, Lee finished second. I finished first in brisket. And there was about 65 pro teams out there that were pissed that they missed this class, because it was a good one.
So
don't ignore the elephant in the room. Who the hell let Rob Rochinier whole hog? And was there a disclaimer? Speaking of ashtray, did you tell everybody in the class, or was Rob claims it was just he posed for the photo, but it sure looked like he was very active in the whole hog preparation.
first off,
for sure.
before you answer, Greg, I didn't say I posed for the photo. I was doing something with Greg's tutelage. Diane took the photo.
Rob, don't worry, I got your back on this one.
Hey,
Rob had one half of the pig. I did use the Sawzall and split it, but we were talking about how to do that. He basically prepped one side, and it was a damn good hog. I mean, we have a local guy, Kenny Bottoms of Pig Feather Farms, that raises these hogs for us, and they're all milk fed, and they're breed between Duroc and Berkshire hogs, and they're a good pig. So good.
Roddy said I held the legs.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, listen, the truth is going to come out tonight, and if I have to get Roddy on the show tonight to clarify this whole hog controversy, no.
Being completely transparent, because again, I just the kind of guy I am. Rob was the only instructor. We've had, I think, about 7 academies to date.
Oh God!
He was the only instructor that the entire class actually walked out of his presentation. Like, literally everybody got up and walked out of the room. Yeah. And what was great was Rob had his head down, he was prepping chicken, and he's being a trooper, right? I mean, he was a little nervous to get off, but he was doing a great job. And he kind of picks his head up as like 2/3 of the people are out of the room. He's like, "Hey guys, where you going?"
Listen, I watched your Facebook Live
Hold up, Case. Before you go any further, that was set up. It was a prank by none other than Roddy Trevino. He set all that up. He passed the note to everybody. Said 11:07.
That is true.
Get up and get out. So I'm sitting there giving my presentation, thinking I'm doing a decent job. I had people laughing.
Fantastic
they were engaged. And all of a sudden people start getting up. I'm like, I didn't hear a fire bell or nothing like that. I'm like, where's everybody going? So I mean, it was a fun moment.
Rob was so in the zone. I mean, he was literally like hitting the marks. He was in his stride. And I just leaned over to Roddy. I'm like, how funny would it be if everybody just got up and walked out? Roddy jumped out of the chair, grabbed one of the guy's notepads, wrote it down, and Rob is a idiot. These people are passing notes around the room.
That was your idea?
Yeah. Rob was so focused on the barnyard pimp. It was great. But again, that to me, that embodies what barbecue is. It's cooking with your buddies. It's having fun. It's enjoying the camaraderie. And at the end of the day, I want to beat you with your best, but I want to have fun doing it with you throughout the entire time, because if we can't have fun, it's not worth doing,
I'm gonna pin this comment from Rick. Thank you, Rick. Rick's got my back. I was the only one to get a standing ovation as well.
You did. Yeah, it was a standing exit, so it was actually standing E.
And Greg, you tried all the briskets. Who did you think had it beat? Them stinking judges have their own, and you probably paid them a little bit under the table. We'll digress. But who did you think had the best brisket of the day that day?
Not gonna lie, your flat was really, really good. You had a good brisket. So I mean, I'll tell you like it is, but you know what? It's not what I like. It's not what you like.
Exactly.
Like.
So I still just to clarify, last time I checked, Roddy still won. So congratulations. How does Roddy? I should be doing the show with Roddy, the actual winner.
He did. I was going for the 3-peat. I had grand championship the previous 2, and like I said, I had a good cook. It was my money muscles on my pork were a little janky, and that's kind of where we lost it. But it was a tight. I think Roddy finished 422. I was 418, and I think Rob came in third at 407. So he had a little bit of room to make up, but it was good,
the thing I instructed was my worst category.
Yeah,
we had a first place pork. But hey, so for those that don't know what we're talking about, recteq Academy, it's something that you put on at recteq headquarters. I know y'all are sold out for 2021. Y'all may have some space
and 2022.
Is it really?
So recteq Academy was the brand.
For those that don't, exactly. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm stopping you. You're doing what I'm going to ask you.
So 2018 was the first academy. It was over the Cinco de Mayo weekend. There were 260 attendees at that academy, and it was fantastic. It was 4 days long. We had pitmasters in from all over the country. It was amazing. But but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of setup, a lot of breakdown. And we moved into the new facility. We had this beautiful area downstairs that we could take these classes and really amplify the instruction and the experience. And, doing it, we have 36 attendees, and we teach them the ins and outs of all competition barbecues. We typically focus on the KCBS side, brisket, chicken, pulled pork. Hey, he's not lying there. He's not lying. Brisket, chicken, pulled pork. We do some backyard, recipes as well. And, we show them the red carpet. We bring out the high dollar liquor. We've got great music, entertainment each and every night. But at the end of the day, it's about barbecue, and we do it about 8 times a year. We've already sold out for 2022. I think we had 260 seats for all of 2022, and we sold out in about 17 hours. And the beauty of this class is you go to a lot of barbecue schools or barbecue, classes. You don't do anything. Like, you pay a lot of money. You might or might not eat the food hours after it's, in its prime, but you don't actually get to touch the meat. We get in, fantastic Wagyu briskets from the butcher shop in Pensacola, Florida. We cook premium meats, and it's all hands-on. So the attendees break into about 6 different teams of about 5 or 6 people, and they physically, trim, inject, season, smoke, slice, and box everything. Some teams, Jody, cheat a little bit, and he gets a little hands-on with it. Just kidding. I love that guy. But the beauty of it is you actually get to touch the meat from beginning to end. So when you go home, you know how to do it. It's not like you just sat down and somebody, fed you this and said, this is what you do. That's not how you learn. So, Academy is great. It's 3 days long, and it's a great time for us to connect with our customers and our friends and family across the country. And, it's a blast.
We
I
got
look forward to each and every one.
We got a lot of instructors that are actually in the comments. Roddy, obviously, Sarah Trevino, Julie Stout. They are instructors. I see Carrie Chastain.
Carrie
Mark,
Chastain, absolutely.
Mark Weatherall. Talk about some of the instructors you've had out there. Y'all, this is a top-notch class. Obviously, you take care of all of the students and the instructors, man. Y'all did. I can't thank you enough for what you did for Diane and I, and I'm sure Roddy and Sarah can say the same thing. And Mark, we had such an absolute blast. It was a top-notch event. Everything from the time we arrived to the time we left, y'all were awesome to us. And so hats off to you guys. Hats off to Ray and Jody and John and everybody involved with recteq. It was such a wonderful experience, and I'm honored and thankful that you guys invited us out there.
It's a blast. And the cool part is every academy is a little bit different. We bring in instructors from all over the country. So, Lene Oxley-Lupe from Sugar's Barbecue out in, Washington State comes in. We've got some Texas guys. We got some Florida guys. Matt Barber's been up with Hot with Chulas, Carrie Chastain with Hold Your Horses. Mark Weatherall is kind of like our local yokel with Maya Jane Barbecue. We've had Jim and Jan Berg in. We try to really, get people of all different cultures, of all different styles, of all different barbecue. Ernest Cervantes has been down. Roddy. We've had Lee and Lonnie Smith with Bubba Grills. And like I said, it's just
got to give a shout out to my man Carlo. Carlo's been there too.
Carlo's been there for sure. David Gonzalez came up with them. That was kind of like the Texas takeover. I think we had more instructors than attendees at that academy. But it was a great time, right? It was so much fun.
I was there.
You were very reserved and
yes.
You were kind of absorbing more of the experience.
I was observing,
which is fun.
Yes.
It's for me, I look at it as like, guys go golfing and fishing and whatnot. Why can't they go do barbecue? So, and I say guys, it's not just guys. We have a lot of female customers, a lot of, female pit masters and the grillers of the household are females. And I think that's awesome. So, you can't leave those ladies out because, some of the attendees that have come multiple times. There's a gentleman out in Colorado, Kevin Bomber, that he's been at 2 academies and he'll probably be at a 3rd. And it's kind of like his reprieve, and it's a great time in Evans, Georgia. And there's a lot of stuff for all of the family to do. And like I said, it's a great time to be able to cook with people. And we've got one coming up in a couple weeks, and I look forward to it. It's going to be a blast.
All right, Casey, anything you want to add before we're going to take a quick break here in just a second. Greg, you're okay with that? You're going to come back? When I say quick break, it takes like 30 seconds.
I'm not going to get up out of here and go for it. So,
because we want a tour of this. I want a tour of this awesome little what is that? Your barbecue shanty behind you.
There you go. Yeah, it's my pole barn.
It's beautiful. So we'll get a tour of that. Of course, we're going to talk about the Pitmasters Challenge later. I got some American Royal questions for you, and have some questions from the comments. But Casey, anything you want to add before we go to a sponsor break?
No, absolutely fantastic. Just a lot of great information, obviously, on you, Greg, and following you just, on Facebook. Kind of blown away with your resume of work, along with, obviously, recteq's just a fantastic brand. Sounds like it's a fun place to go to work. Sounds like you really enjoy it. And, we'll follow up after. Rob's got to squeeze these breaks in so he gets paid.
Well, no, it's just so I can refill, number one, and show this video. Greg hadn't seen that one yet, but here we go.
That looks like it hurts.
Stupid
That's
ice.
Brutal.
Head on the post and everything. Real quick, shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out to our great sponsors: recteq Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
And lastly, we can't get away without playing our man, the Leopard.
Hey everybody, Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Awesome, thank you, Phil. I saw you're using some LC product today.
We were, man. You got to share that barbecue love. We made the Baconator remix, and we used some LC's last call, and it was delicious.
I saw that, and y'all do a show for those that don't know, and for those that don't have a recteq that may be watching. And I know this does seem like a recteq ad. Somebody said, "Is this a recteq ad?" No, but we love
you. Goddamn right it is, and if you don't, kiss my ass. we absolutely love the product. You guys were one of the first sponsors that got behind Bullhorn Barbecue to, I told the story at the Academy, but 2017, I'd seen Case, obviously I already had his Mini, but our buddy Fred Leal also had the OG 680, the red one. And I reached out to who I didn't know was Jody at the time. I sent an email over to recteq and said, "Hey guys, not expecting anything other than maybe $100 off a grill, hoping at least for that, and saying, hey, we have this great spot at the Houston Texans. We entertain 50 to 100 people depending on the game, sometimes 150, 200 people, just depending on the game. But I said where our position is, there's two groups of people that have to funnel right past us to go to the stadium. And Jody had actually known about us through social media. He had followed us already on our Bullhorn Barbecue page on Instagram. And so he reached back, and the rest is history. We've been with you guys since then, and thank you very much. So this isn't an ad, but we just love the product. We fully endorse it. And Case and I have shown this grill to hundreds of people at football games and barbecue contests. And so if you think it's an ad, maybe it is, but we love
it's really good Kool-Aid, man. Just get your cup. That's all.
There you go. Get your cup. Julie says she started with the OG 680. Kevin Caldwell,
sure, yeah.
Best tailgate spot. You hear that, Case? Best tailgate spot. Shell Leach says she loves her bullseye.
Can we get a clarification on which tailgate spot? I mean, we do park next to each other.
He's talking about us, but we do some joint tailgates for sure. But a lot of people in the comments. But even like I was going to mention, if you guys don't own a recteq, you cook like Greg mentioned. Hey, I love guys that cook on drums, stick burners, anything. Their shows that they do throughout the week, they've got an after-hour show they do. Greg can go through the schedule, but they also
so we pretty much do a show every day of the week, and it's on between the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and it's just really showing people the versatility of the product. And they're not salesy, it's not pitchy. Even like right now, like I mean, I'm not telling you that you can go to the website, get $100 off a Matador with the purchase of an RT 340 right there. But, we do got coolers behind me. You can pick those up too. Just kidding. It's not a sales pitch. But it's just really showing people what you can do with the grill. And a lot of folks, think you only cook the meat on the grill. And that's not the case. I mean, you can make some delicious, dishes. I mean, I made a lasagna. We're going camping this week. I made a lasagna today. We'll pop it in the freezer. Boom. Throw it back in the 340 to reheat it when we go. You can literally cook anything from biscuits to briskets and everything in between. And if you think I'm lying, buy a grill. We've got a 30-day, no asks, no questions asked return policy. Cook on it. If it's not the easiest, the best, the most flavor of anything you've cooked on, send it back. Full refund.
The best. A good friend of mine recently took advantage of the RT700 deal where you got $100 off the bullseye. Mm-hmm. He did not tell his wife about buying a grill, let alone 2 grills. And so the bullseye is still in storage. It's hidden away because he's having to convince her, and I think she's coming around on how great the RT700 is, but she has no idea that the bullseye is also in their house. It has not been assembled yet. So,
but what's so funny about that is we get customers that the guy literally will beat his wife down to buy this grill. Finally, she gives in, and this is months, 3-6 months of just every day. I want to do this, and this. So then they get it. What I love, right, is when she cooks on the grill. And then she realizes how easy it is, how much fun it is, that she can do it without needing the help. That's the best part. One of our sales guys, Ashley Brown, he would cook ribs all the time. And I think he had to end up working one Saturday, and he told his wife, look, this is what you need to do. Just the ribs are seasoned, put them on the grill, and you'll be fine. So she literally cooks these ribs by herself. And when he got home, she literally yelled at him. She was like, "You're a liar. I thought you actually did something. All you did is put them on and they're perfect.
Drink
come
beer."
on now." So, for sure. So that's what I love is those that push some limits and cook things that you wouldn't think you could cook traditionally on a smoker or a grill, hit a home run. That's what I love. It's fantastic.
So you have a few products there. Can we see some products?
Yeah. So we'll
let's let this beautiful commercial keep going.
Yeah. So let me.
I don't have a gimbal
solo.
Here, so you gotta bear with me. So we'll have to bear with me here. All right. So right here is the RT G450 Matador. This is a wok style cooker. It's a 22-inch pan. You can make anything from stir fries. I made a delicious Mongolian pork. There's Chef John right there. Love that guy. Mongolian pork and shrimp fried rice. It was awesome. And then we've got the RT B380 bullseye right there. That's a stainless steel bullseye. It is still PID controlled. It's a 22-inch kettle style grill. So if you're used to cooking on a kettle, you're gonna love the bullseye. And then bonus tip for you guys: if you pick up that Matador, that pan fits perfectly in that bullseye. You heard that right. You can put the Matador pan in the bullseye. And then we've got the RT 340. So right now, if you purchase this grill, you can get $100 off that Matador. This is the perfect travel companion. This grill right here, the legs fold up flat. It's got a 20-pound hopper. You can easily fit 2 pork butts, big brisket, turkeys, all sorts of stuff. But it is the grill we take on the road with us all the time. I love it. We also have our recteq icer coolers. Now, these are our 45-quart coolers. We do have 20-quart as well. We've got the red and black as well as the red, white, and blue. And then you got the RT.
America.
Oh, I love it right there. It's America. We got the RT 590. This is actually my wife's grill. This is the one she keeps clean and she uses. It's got a 30-pound hopper, 4-year warranty, just stainless steel everywhere. And that's all I can show you because we might have some stuff back here that you guys can't see. So it's okay.
Damn it.
Keep
going. Keep going.
I can't do that, right? I can't show you all the bells and whistles because we're always working on something.
Rob and I both have RT 700s. They're just absolutely. It's probably your go-to grill. I would guess it's the most popular grill in the lineup just because it's been around. It's the old 680, so it's fantastic. And then there's my friend Wallace Garner. Wally was with me when we ran into. First time I saw the VFG in person, and
it's a big freaking grill.
I had to have a moment. I'm not gonna lie, I had to have a moment with that one. and realized that
Yeah.
maybe I should get that one. So.
And
So-
we have a grill for every lifestyle and every budget. So if you're looking for a BFG, if you're doing a lot of cooking, a lot of catering, maybe you've got a church group that you do a lot of family reunions with, that BFG, you can cook 30 racks of ribs, 30 pork butts. The 700 is by far our most popular grill. You can pick that up for $11.99. It's got a 6-year warranty, industry leading 40-pound hopper. And again, it's literally a brick shit house. That thing, I mean, I've cooked more food on those grills. It's amazing how easy it is, and especially at the office, we've got grills everywhere, and we can cater events and do some fun stuff and slap it on the grill and go upstairs. And people are shocked when they come down to tour the facility that we actually cook each and every day on all the pits. And like I said, it's so much fun. And I love the fact that my wife cooks. Usually Wednesdays I work late, so she'll make something for the kids, and she'll make burgers on the bullseye. She makes really good taco bakes and kind of Tex-Mex casseroles. She does a great job on the 590, and she would never, ever touch a grill before, whether it was propane or gas, charcoal or lump wood. I had gas grills. I had Kamado style grills. She wouldn't touch it, and it got to a point where she actually didn't even like the food coming off of the the ceramic cooker just because it was too smoky. And there's not been one thing that I've cooked on the recteq that she's turned her nose up to. And I love the fact that, she actually wants to cook and she enjoys it. So, I think that's awesome.
So, Greg, are you going to go home tonight, or are you just staying at the recteq headquarters?
I am home. This is my house. I got my pool right there. I got the fire pit. My deck is right here. It's fantastic.
I'm just jealous. I love your setup back there, bro. That is awesome, bro. That is nice. But
again, if you're doing your thing, how cool is it to be able to entertain, have people over? That's what living the recteq lifestyle is. It's having time to do things. Sit by the pool with the kids. Do all sorts of fun stuff, and yet come home, have a great meal, and not waste time having to cook inferior food.
So I am going to ask some questions at some of the comments in the questions. Recently, I'm not even going to mention the brand, but there is a charcoal pellet out there. Someone wants to know if you've used it or what you think of that, and how would they work in the recteq line?
Yeah, so when there were some prototypes of those things, I did get my hands on some of them. Initially, it was not a good product. It wasn't consistent. To me, it doesn't taste like charcoal. Charcoal is a very distinct flavor. And if you love charcoal, you can't use anything that's going to taste like charcoal other than charcoal. We've used them the last time, and one of the gimmicks is they'll put them in a cup of water and they float and don't break down. But to me, they don't taste like charcoal. They're very inconsistent as far as temperatures. And then with pellet grills, one concern you can have with inferior fuel is burn back. And, again, those charcoal pellets are more apt to have that happen. So for me, I'm not a fan. Get good, fresh, hardwood fuel, and you'll be fine. Whatever's fresh in your area, if you can only get, a certain brand, if that's what works for you, great. I'm not saying you have to use our pellets, but get a good pellet that's 100% hardwood. Make sure there's no fillers, make sure there's no oils in there, and, just make sure they're fresh. You don't need to buy a whole pallet of pellets if you don't cook but, 1 or 2 days a week. And, like I said, don't overthink it too much. I typically use a blend of red oak, white oak, and hickory. And for me, I use that for everything.
Case, you got anything you want to add? I got a couple more questions for
questions from the field.
The other one, Rick Norris wants to know, and I just saw it, but I'll just paraphrase it. He wants to know who won the pork contest at recteq Academy last one.
I'd have to go back to the score sheets. I'm not 100% sure. I think he's probably trying to bait me in saying Rob's pork is really good. It might have been. I don't know. I didn't taste it. I know my ribs were spot on, and my brisket was pretty dang good. So,
hey, you know what?
I'm
if you would have cooked my brisket this past weekend, because it cost me a GC.
You know what? I actually did put that into your thread there. But,
you did.
Apparently there's some controversies around some cooking of people, and maybe some younger folks out there cooking really good food, and You talk
There
about the butt hurt. I mean, the butt hurt is real out there.
We'll get to the butt hurt. We'll get to the butt hurt later. But yeah, so I would have cooked your recipe. I just didn't bring enough sauce with me to put on.
I didn't, but you know what? I don't sauce my brisket.
Wow.
Some folks sauce my brisket, and I tell you, I do an au jus soak. And for me, I find that it really sets, a good texture of the meat. And it was good, man. I mean, it was one of those, our burn ends, we did put burn ends in the box, and I'm not normally a burn end kind of guy, but those burn ends, they were spot on.
What's Carrie saying there? He gave a pork butt.
Oh, yeah. So people try to say I try to sabotage Carrie. Carrie is one hell of a cook. I think he's like top 10 in KCBS in 3 different categories. I mean, he is on a tear. So Hold Your Horses Barbecue. I mean, literally follow that guy because he is a fantastic cook. So the cool part about Carrie is we talk probably 3 days a week. He's my early morning guy. So if I'm in the car, at the butt crack of dawn, he's always up. So the pork butt, we cook Allegiance pork.
I love it.
And there was some sort of, I'll say, trauma to the hog. So there was a calcium cyst, if you will, inside of his money muscle. So he trims out the money muscle, and it is gorgeous looking. And I'm like, man, your pork butt looks stupid good. So he goes to slice the money muscle in medallions. There's literally, it looks like cartilage, but it's calcium deposits that replicated bone literally right in the middle of the money muscle. You couldn't surgically implanted it in a better spot.
You did sabotage me and my chicken. Going into it, Case, he told me that he was going to give me the nastiest, yellowest chicken he could find, and so he didn't. It was a beautiful chicken. However, the wing was busted. I mean, the bone was coming through the skin.
It was in the package. It was in the package. You know what I mean? Like,
but it was a good lesson. It's a good lesson to learn, though, because if you don't trim your meats prior to going to a contest, you could get something like that. Thank you, Mark. Sure. Weirdest thing he's ever seen. Mark was there. He was doing ribs.
Well, I mean, talk about funny stories. So Carrie was doing a KCBS event right behind our headquarters. It was literally 2 miles away. He opens up the cryovac from his pork butt. And this particular event, you could only bring 2 pork butts with you. It looked like Freddy Krueger had opened this cryovac. I mean, it was, I'll have to send you a picture after this. It was the most mangled piece of meat. And there's one thing that just gets my blood pumping. When I open a cryovac and I see a scar from just a careless butcher through a piece, I get pissed. Not gonna lie. Carrie sent me this picture about, I don't know, it was like 6 o'clock at night or something like that, and he was like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Just come on by, get another butt. I got plenty." But it was so funny. It literally looked like Freddy Krueger had just ripped through his pork butt. It was bad. Mark
Weatherall's in the comments. It was a pleasure meeting that guy and his wife. With Maya Jane Barbecue, and they're out of Georgia, I believe. And he just cooked against Bill and Phil and everybody else. So it was good to meet.
Mark is a dark horse cook. So he is too humble. He's been with us for 3 academies. I'll say he's not an overly experienced cook. I mean, we can talk about guys that have been doing this for 15, 20, 30 years. Mark's been in the game for only a couple of years. And, I think he won a grand championship his maybe 4th contest in, but he hits every event. I mean, if he doesn't get 2 or 3 calls in events, the guy is literally a dark horse. So if I'm a gambling man, I put some money on Maya Jane Barbecue because he's bringing home some hardware each and every weekend. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk Royal. recteq is hoping to get or wanting to get some presents. You're going to be there with
absolutely
Terry Chastain, like Hold Your Horses Barbecue. You're going to be doing, I guess, the ancillaries or maybe something else.
I'll be giving Carrie a hand up there with Hold Your Horses Barbecue. Jody's going to give a hand over to Roddy Trevino, and we might or might have something fun to do with Bullhorn Barbecue at the tailgate of the year event. I don't know. We might have some stuff up our sleeves, if you will.
Case, how do you say 4-peat? Is it a 4-peat or a 3-peat? We missed 2020 because of COVID.
Count it.
You're still the reigning champ. They can't take it from you.
We're the reigning champs.
4.
It said it on my $500 voucher. Just saying, for winning. Reigning champ. So, Case, what do we would love some recteq presents in there. I think we're gonna shoot for that. But Case,
Jody was there last
Jody
time,
was there, but Greg's never been there. Why don't you describe?
I'm just saying,
kind of
Jody was there, kind of just observing and just trying to see how it was all playing out, and so it's an enjoyable night. I can tell you, it's a wild night. It really is. It's and what's amazing to me about the Royal is how wild Friday is, and then Saturday, Sunday is so much about the barbecue business. And so it's, the Royal is a fantastic celebration of barbecue with one hell of a party on Friday night for sure, though.
I'm excited. I know Rob and I had a good call the other day, and we're bouncing some ideas back and forth. And I think we're gonna, try to do some stuff that's never been seen before. It's gonna be
great. We have a friend of ours that has won the Party of the Year as well, right, Case?
He's a Traeger cook, so we're not going to bring him up on the show.
No, he's normally in the comments. I haven't seen him out here tonight, but we'll tag him in the deal. But he's not a fan of bullhorn of barbecue since we've been going to the Royal and winning the Party of the Year. But that's not what we're going to win this year. I mean, we are going to win that this year. That's one of the goals. That's goal number one.
But like ultimately, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And to me, the awards and the accolades, it's all it's all fun. It's nice for the put that feather in the cap. But it's not about that. When I get to get dirty with you guys and cook some good meat and hang out, for me, the best part of any barbecue weekend is kind of that the dinner time on Friday, those potluck dinners. And just relaxing and having a good old time.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of recteq competitors that are going to be out there. Carrie Chastain, yourself. I think Jody's coming out.
Sure.
Roddy Trevino. I know that I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but there's a lot of competitors that you may know some that are going to be out there.
For sure. And what I love is some folks, that might cook on different type of cookers. They've got a recteq in their arsenal and they use it. Mark uses a lot of drums, and he's got 2 recteqs that he brings with him as well. And, slowly converting people each and every day.
I got to step out for just a minute, Case. Take over.
This is when Rob has to pee. So
it's almost past his.
It is. So. Yeah. Can you hear me? Shake your head if you can hear me. Where the hell? Say something really entertaining, because I suddenly have lost you. I blame Rob and his technical difficulties. Oh, there's something there.
I'm good. Who knows? So
you're good. All right. Now, this is the magical moment of the show where Rob's little bladder kicks in. So, now that Rob's gone, now that this is the magic part of the show where Rob's gone, seriously, was it even that close, or did Roddy really just kick his ass?
So, Roddy had a good cook. I mean, Roddy's a fantastic cook anyway. He understands how to do everything. He had a really good team. But I would narrowly inched out Roddy. I was kind of hoping I could have three-peated that GC, but as long as I beat him in brisket, that's it. That's all it works.
Both of them.
That did well. Rob. You know what? Like, it was more about beating Roddy. If I could beat Roddy in brisket, we're good with that.
I've been listening, and I did not have to pee. I had an unstable network. Thank you. I had to put a pod near my deal. But so what was this about, Roddy? No, I'm just kidding.
We're talking more, Academy trash about, who
losing to Roddy
and whatnot. So
Roddy is a fantastic cook, and it was a pleasure being out there with Roddy and Mark, and you and Chef John.
But from what I gather, Jody picked Roddy over Rob at the Royal. I just want to throw it out there. I just want to throw that out there. Jody had a chance. Do you feel
he's a smart man? He's a smart man.
Wow.
Mark, Roddy has a secret weapon named Sarah. That's true.
They,
no, hey, you know what? I was Texas teams are going to do well. Obviously, we did well in 2019 with Fred Robles winning grand champion of the event, but it's happening.
Yep.
We're coming.
So speaking of our good friend Jody, now that you've been on the show, been on for about an hour, where do you rank his performance on the So Smoking Gooder show versus the amount of information and knowledge that you shared with us tonight?
He probably didn't see the first one. That was 2020.
Oh, Jody's a machine. No. Jody is a machine when it comes to like podcasts, videos, and that sort of stuff. He literally has an extra gear and a switch that, I mean, that guy can turn it on. So, in my opinion, it's not a competition between the two of us when it comes to that. That guy hits a home run each and every time. So I will gladly take second seat to him. And that's what's cool about cooking with a guy like Jody is, he's such a hype man. He's so detail oriented. I love the fact that we have different, we bring different stuff to the table. So I can focus on one thing, he can focus on the other. Yet at the end of the day, I know he's got my back and I've got his, and we can have some fun doing it. So, it's just a different approach to things, and it's fun cooking with him. And we do a couple live shows together each week, and it's fun cooking with your buddy like that. He just had a birthday the other day, so give him a shout out. Just had a birthday the other day, and like I said, he's a good dude.
He truly is a great brand ambassador. A friend had a brand new grill, had a question, and I sent it. Where we done lost Greg? Way to go.
Greg had to pee, apparently.
Yeah. But true story with Jody and the guys at recteq. A friend had a brand new grill, had a question on it. Sent it to Jody on like July 3rd, middle of the weekend, and he answered it for me. And I know not everybody has that kind of access, but hats off to Jody and his commitment to that brand. So.
Absolutely. Man, Greg, you pee quick.
No, you kicked me out, man. I have fantastic internet around here, so whatever your service is.
He does that shit to me on a regular basis. He'll just he mutes and censors me all the time.
That's not how it works around here.
No.
Facebook saw the Trump flag, and that's why the rest of the show may get banned.
Dude, that's fantastic. My son found that. I was actually at a barbecue event in Hazelhurst, Georgia. There was a guy selling those on the side of the road. I had to pick it up for my son. He had a blast with that one.
Yeah.
So, good times. Good times.
So I love watching the dynamic between you and Jody, because Jody is a hype man, and you were kind of like this. You're a little more excited during a show, but you're pretty much like this. Unless I'm next to you, then you just like zing me the whole time.
Dude, it was all in good fun. You way too sensitive about this.
Okay? Oh my God! Have you ever seen the beginning of Ricky Bobby where he doesn't know what to do with his hands? That was like watching Rob. The beginning of y'all's.
What
I think I were doing like doing nachos, and he just kind of stood there like I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
We made
natural
nachos, the chicken wing nachos. Rob did
wing
a great job.
Wing nachos. You created something that day.
It was fantastic. We had the jalapeno salt that Roddy took out of Roddy's repertoire, and that was fantastic. And we made some dirty queso and some good spicy shrimp. It was good times. Good times for sure.
Was great. It was great. So anyway, so outside of recteq and chefing, and I noticed you said you spent a lot of time with your family going camping and whatnot and doing all that.
Yep.
You're also an avid disc golf player.
Absolutely. Great.
I had never seen disc golf. That's why I was setting. Now Case realizes why I was setting them up. I had never seen disc golf on television until I was in your kitchen.
I've never seen cornhole on TV until
24 hours a day. Tell us about disc golf briefly, because people got upset with
we won't bore people with that. But no, disc golf is actually the fastest growing sport in the United States right now. And it really got a great impact with COVID, because there are disc golf courses located in a lot of your park and rec areas. It's essentially free. You can buy some discs at your local sporting goods store
that you can throw in the water.
Well, you know what? So, Case, you just need a little tutorial on how to do it. We actually host a league each Wednesday at recteq. We've got about 45 to 50 people that show up each week. And we have a course in the field out across the way. But the Professional Disc Golf Association, the home of the PDGA, is located in Appling, Georgia, which is about 20 minutes away from our headquarters. The World Championships of Disc Golf was just the other week, and we've been on ESPN and Fox
The Ocho?
Network. No, definitely not the Ocho.
The
And
Ocho?
then there was a big event in Emporia, Kansas, and recteq was a sponsor of the Dynamic Discs Open up in Emporia, Kansas this past was it June, I believe. It was a lot of fun. Good times for sure.
I have to admit, I did. I caught it on television. It was on like ESPNU or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually stopped to watch it. And the fact that someone can throw, one of these disc golfs like in between 5-foot trees for like a fairway, basically. I was like, there's no way I would be there all damn day. And so, yeah, no, it's a talent that I don't have. I'm more. I mean,
it's even any professional sports, right? You watch, the sounds of an MLB batter hitting a baseball. Like, it's a different sound. If you've been to a PGA event and you've seen those guys, crush a golf ball, it's a different sound. It's the same thing. These guys, one of my good buddies, Garrett Gerthy, is a professional disc golfer. He can throw a disc 600-700 foot, like on a golf shot, like flex it around trees, land it where he wants. And it's like, that is just stupid. So
I'm the same guy that I think I can play cornhole until I watch that on the ESPN also. So.
Rick is having flashbacks of your knife sharpening demo right now.
Rick is a great guy. I'm still short of my sleep from them.
He's falling asleep.
Drinking Woodford with them till 2:00 in the morning. They tried to sabotage me.
Yes,
hey. I'm up at night and Rob's sleeping like a baby. I got to wake up the next day and cook some food.
In a cabin.
Now you know what it's like to cook with Rob on a weekend.
In a cabin. Yeah, we don't sleep in cabins at a contest. Hey, Greg, thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else that you want to say before we
show us the secret stuff? It's just the three of us. Show us what's hiding. Come on.
Not gonna happen. But no, if you guys want to learn more about recteq, jump over to recteq.com. Sign up for our newsletter. Scroll to the bottom of any page. Put your email address in there. If you're in the market for a pellet grill, give us a call, 706-922-0890. We'll get you hooked up. And right now, you can pick up that RT340, get $100 off of that RTG450 Matador. And like I said, if you've never cooked on a pellet grill before, give it a shot. It will definitely change your life. And if you don't believe me, we do have a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. Give it a shot, let it ride, and you'd be surprised. Some of the winningest teams of barbecue utilize recteq as a part of their arsenal. Even Robert Rocha, if he is still the first place.
And myself.
Yep.
Winning teams and myself.
If you want to cook really good chicken, you got to get that bullseye. I'm telling you, that's the CBA secret right there between Roddy and Rob. That grill is second to none with that. But we just love everything barbecue and everything cooking, and if we can help somebody out, I mean, that's what we're here for. So don't hesitate to reach out. And like I said, we're all in this together, cooking some barbecue and having a good old time. So thank you for having me on the show, both you guys. It was a blast. And next time we have another academy, you guys got to look at the calendar and head on into town and cook with us.
Yeah, I don't remember Rob calling me last time he drove out there.
Look what you did, Greg. Hey, man. Hey, thanks for
stir in the pot.
Thanks for coming on the show. We got to get Chef John on. Chef John said he's going to do an ultimate intro for our showcase. And I know you've seen. I know you've seen.
He sings. He's got some. I mean, he can sing.
He's awesome.
He may set the bar. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. He's gonna give us the ultimate intro for the So Smoking Gooder show. I just got to hit him up and tell him. I'm not even gonna tell him anything. I'm just gonna say, hey, Dave, do it. Watch this show, and then do it. Case Han. And I love how he says Robert Rocha. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
All right. Greg's in a different time zone, Rob. It's way past his bedtime.
That's right. It's 10:20. He's got to be at work at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So
yeah, definitely before that.
A little bit before that. Hey, thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate you coming on the show. You added to the 2021 Summer Super Slam for sure. You gave lots of great information tonight. Like I said, just if you don't own a recteq or even interested in there, check out their daily shows. Go to recteq on Facebook, and you can check out their daily shows. You might even see me on one of those shows. But It was a good time. Appreciate it.
It's
Thanks again
all
for
the way
having
in the
us.
bottom. It's got really bad views. We might just take that one down.
No,
And he
it's-
doesn't even say anything until it's like, ooh, nachos.
Hey, thanks again, brother. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right. There he was, Chef Greg Mueller. What was his title, Case?
I don't know. Read this on the
Read-
bottom of the
read-
screen here.
Read
So
the bottom. Read the bottom.
I need a bigger screen just because that glasses on. I can say something about culinary kick-ass.
He is
Yes, I don't know.
the recteq director of culinary innovation. Very glad to have him on our show. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that show. But so we did tease the 2021 Texas Pitmasters virtual showdown. Are we going to keep that a 20 Texas Pitmasters? There you go. Get on the other side of that, Case. Get on.
Is there an age? Is there an age limit for this competition?
I don't know that there's an age limit. I like how we're both
Like-
leaning to one side here.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. I mean, if somebody's like, say, 10 years old, can they win this?
Who do you? I see what you did there. You should have said that to Greg. Greg was all about that. But anyway, so submissions are being accepted right now for the 2021 Pitmasters Virtual Showdown. Round 1 begins in 2 weeks on Friday, July 30th. I think I am stepping out of this competition this year. I don't know. We'll see. Case, I think you're in though. You're going to be in the play-in round.
God,
You are going to be in the play-in round.
I'm not paying Russians to win. I'm just
No,
saying.
Ruskies are out. There will be no Ruskies. I'm going to try to eliminate that. If you guys had any, what's the word? Any doubt in my mind that you might have had some Russian help or some China help, you may be out. You may be out.
But now it's time to start joining all the Facebook groups you can. I mean, Fong was a member of the Woodlands Women's Wine Club.
Women's wine.
Yeah, I mean, so now it's time. If you're gonna start joining, I should have asked Greg if he's got any pull to get me back into recteq Owners of America since I got
I
banned.
am part of recteq Owners of America. And
Yeah, can you ask how do you get Case back into recteq Owners of America? That'd be great.
Absolutely. So we got some cool stuff coming up. Now we're kind of getting towards the end of summer. The points chase for CBA will be rounding down in November. We've got the American Royal coming up. The Jack is coming up. We've got lots of big events.
Tailgating is coming up.
Tailgating.
The Texans
coming up.
The Texans playoff run is around the corner.
Ooh, I don't know about all that, but there's a lot still coming up for this show. So thank you for tuning in for the So Smoking Good show. We went almost an hour and a half. I think it's when it's all said and done, it will go an hour and a half. But I do want to say that I did miss a sponsor earlier. Texas Old Dust, love them. Aaron Leslie, if you're still watching, I apologize. I'm putting you on the
Does
video.
Rick get a logo?
Yeah, I have a video for Rick as well. So anyway, we will get that taken care of, but I am damn proud to be part of Team Texas Oil Dust as well. Thank you to Team Cosmo, Blues Hog, all of it, recteq. It's been fun. And Texas Pepper Jelly.
Absolutely. Greg's got some awesome products, some new products coming out. We tried, ran some cool things in Columbus that the public hasn't seen yet, and looking forward to it. So,
holy, he left pissed off. I gotta call Aaron and make sure that he did get a shout out on the show. Bill Purvis kicking ass out there, bro. Rib grind, Texas rib grind. You want some good Texas rib grind? This guy's blowing up out there, kicking ass all over the United States, going to contest, KCBS, CBA, IBCA, SCA, BCA, DCA. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Bill Purvis's rib grind is doing well all over the country. So shout out to Bill Purvis for that. Look at that. Second place rib grind right here. Boom.
Bill said his rub's so good even a 10-year-old can win with it.
Even a 10-year-old can win with that. So for me, cooking wise, I don't have anything coming up for another month. I sat out a month. Last weekend, I went to Uvalde, did well. Had a second, a fourth, and a second, and then bombed brisket. I didn't bomb it. I thought it was a damn good brisket, but you know how it is, judges, bro. So, Case, you got anything on the books coming up?
Bowling tomorrow night. So no, we're geared up, man. It is tailgating season, and I did miss a lot of the camaraderie. The Texans likely won't be very good next year, but we've got. I'm actually geared up. There's a lot of friends that we see really from August to December, early January, and then we don't see them, and it's been a couple of years now. So looking forward to actually getting back. And it wasn't a bad little break last year, and but I actually do kind of miss hanging out with the camaraderie that we have in the yellow lot, and even the friends we have over in the blue lot. So tailgating is up front and center right now.
Okay. Before we let everybody go, we're going to do the wrap-up recap for a couple of events. IBCA in, I don't know where this was. I know it was up north, so we're going to give some love to Region 5. There were 16 teams. The reserve grand champion was Tommy Smith from Bentnell Barbecue and Merrick Hager from Smokin' Raiders. Down in Celebration, they had 33 teams. The reserve grand champion was Brandon Cruz from Q Masters Cookers, and the grand champion was Randall Kendrick from Hideaway Ranch Cookers. I've heard his name a few times. He may be one up for consideration for the 2021 Texas Pit Masters Virtual Showdown. And over in the CBA in said Uvalde, let's see the events. The reserve grand champion was, it's coming up, sorry.
Aren't you supposed to have this like memorize your media director?
I mean, I was there. The reserve grand champion, I'm not sure. The grand champion was John Segura from, was it Robert? It was Robert Smith. First Class Barbecue was the reserve grand champion.
Oh, you just happened to forget the guy you're chasing in points.
I forgot the guy. Yeah, that I'm chasing. Yeah, he's number 1. I'm number 3. Not. Hey, and then the grand champion was Dos Locos, John Segura from 2 Live Q, and Tom Fuentes from Smokin' Onions, who introed the show. They teamed up. Hashtag Stupid Beer. They teamed up and did well, and they wound up grand champion in Uvalde. And that was a great run event. CBA is doing a great job. IBCA apparently is doing well as well with their new scoring system. So lots of events coming up to choose from. I know of one that is near and dear to my heart, Watermelon Festival coming up at the end of July in Hempstead. You guys, there's still room to get in on that. I will not be there. I will be with Phil Breeden in his barbecue class, helping out, assisting. That's going to be in Bandera, Texas. So there's still seats that are available for Phil Breeden's class. If you want to get in on one of the top cookers, I used to say in Texas, but I can say all over the country, Phil Breeden. If you want to get in on a great class, that's going on the 24th in Bandera, Texas. That's where I'll be in a couple weeks. Or is it
very cool.
That might be next week. It's next week. Crazy.
I'm going to go. I'm taking my Speedo body to a water park. So.
You are looking very svelte, Case. It's good to see you. You're not so
I've got to start to transition to bowling night. So unless we're going to talk about more bowling talk, I think it's time for me to call it a night.
Nope, that's going to end the show. Case. As always, I'd like to have you close out the show.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks, Greg. Thanks to our amazing sponsors. Thanks to everybody coming in tonight. Just a fantastic, very informational. If it sounded like a recteq commercial, it should have been, because recteq truly has been a great supporter of my tailgate, Rob's Tailgate, Bullhorn Barbecue, and a lot of really good cooks, not only in the state but in the country. Fantastic product, and it's definitely worth your consideration when picking out anything involved in pellet. So absolutely enjoyed tonight. Good seeing you, Rob. Good hanging out with Greg. And good night, Barbecue Nation. You too, California.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this show, for the So Smoking Gooder Show. Thank you for tuning in. If you got some new viewers, please like us, on Facebook. That way, when we go live next week or in 2 weeks, whenever it may be, I think we're going to go live from Phil's Bandera class with a round table with Bill Purvis will be out there. Phil Breeden will be out there. So that'll be a good little round table. Case, we may even put you on the video there. We'll see.
You might let me be in the comments.
We may let you be in the comments. We'll see. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this show. Thank you to Greg Mueller, Chef Greg Mueller, director of what?
Something. Culinary barbecue, pellet, science, something.
Absolutely. Thank you for everybody in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. We appreciate it. Again, if you want to submit somebody you think is deserving and being in the top 64, in the field of 64, and some play-in rounds, you want to see who Case goes up against in the play-in round, please submit that to So Smoking Gooder Show on Facebook. There's that picture that I showed. Y'all can look at that and submit your guys, your guys or gals. There's a lot of gals that are kicking ass in barbecue right now. So anyway, that's going to wrap up the show. We'll see you next time. We appreciate you watching. Late.